SmackDown took place tonight in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. The show started off with John Cena, who got a massive pop in Montreal. He's wearing red, which was for the Montreal Canadiens, so he usually wears the sports colors of the local city. And his gear tonight was red with some blue, so it's Montreal Canadian themed for the Last Time Is Now tour. Last time, I think he's in Canada. And also, what's interesting is, I believe this is the first time he's been back in Canada since he turned heel in Toronto at Elimination Chamber. So, unfortunately, he didn't turn face in Canada. He turned face last week on SmackDown before SummerSlam. But this first time back in the country since he turned heel there. So John Cena comes out. One of the first things he mentions, and as I mentioned, he's getting a massive pop. Everyone loves him. In some ways, you can even compare it to the pop Hulk Hogan got after WrestleMania 18 in Montreal the following SmackDown, I believe, or Raw, one of them. And he just got this massive standing ovation after the match with The Rock. Here, it's in some ways it's similar. I don't think it's as much, but he's getting a huge standing ovation. And by the way, I wanted to mention there was a really good Hulkamania sign in the front row. It said Hulkamania will live forever. Wanted to bring that up. But in Montreal, they just love John Cena. Now, he did reference the Montreal Screwjob early, which was funny. And then he puts over the Montreal crowd. He's hyping them up. They chant, "Thank you, Cena." They really love the guy. It's just electric. It was an incredible atmosphere to start. He says he has 11 dates after tonight, so technically this is 12. So after the show was 11. He says he won't back down. He cuts a promo on Brock Lesnar, and when he mentioned Brock's name, there were boos. It wasn't extremely loud boos, but it was boos. And also, he's the opponent to Cena, so I don't know how the reaction is going to be, but it was quite negative to start. But he doesn't really talk about Brock that much. He challenges anyone to come get some, and Logan Paul comes out to massive heat. There was "fuck you, Logan" chants, and that wasn't the first time we heard him tonight. He calls Logan Paul a dumbass. Logan wants a match. Cena challenges him, and he wants it tonight. Logan wants the match at Clash in Paris, but then Drew McIntyre jumps John Cena. Cody runs out to make the save. John Cena then says, after Cody fights them off, he says he's going to face Logan Paul in Paris at the Clash in Paris show, August 31st. But he will also fight tonight, and he has a partner. It's going to be a tag team match for the main event on SmackDown tonight. It was an impromptu match, really big match, just announced. A lot of star power. You have John Cena and Cody Rhodes teaming up for the first time against Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. When I first heard that, I was super pumped. I was thinking, wow, I wasn't expecting to get this kind of match with this kind of star power on just some random SmackDown. So, especially a SmackDown that's an international show, technically. So that got me really excited. We go backstage and we see Kathy Kelly, and she is wearing quite the cleavage-inducing dress tonight. Let me just say it like that. And she's interviewing the Motor City Machine Guns. They'll face the Solo Sokova's stupid MFT group later tonight. We get the Motor City Machine Guns against the MFT. Solos just sucks. We fire him. I barely paid attention here. Tala Tonga got the win after a choke slam. They're just going to kill the division. They're going to ruin it. They suck. I mean, the White Six have done damage to the tag division, but it's still fine because they can still have good matches. But, I mean, you put these fucking bums, the MFT, it's just going to kill the division. They just squashed the Machine Guns here like they're nothing. I have no interest. I mean, Andrade Ray Phoenix didn't get a spot tonight. We didn't see Fraxium. We haven't seen them in a while, it seems like, on SmackDown. I am not happy at all with these fucking losers being pushed. They suck. They're horrible. Solo Sikoa is the worst wrestler in the company. He says he wants to leave after a match. He's challenging someone. No one comes. Aldis says someone wants to fight him, and it's Sami Zayn. Crowd goes wild. Absolutely crazy here. So they show the break, and Sami jumps in the crowd, and the entire crowd is singing his song. I mean, they're humming it. It's so perfect, and he is just circling the entire Bell Center, and it's just an incredible moment. It really made it feel some ways like the Elimination Chamber show 2 years ago in Montreal. when he faced Roman Reigns. He lost that match, but it was electric, that atmosphere in Montreal. They were just going crazy for Sami because he was the hometown hero. Here, it was some ways it was similar. They're just going crazy for Sami Zayn. It's an awesome moment. They love him, and the crowd was just awesome. The first hour, the crowd was just, they were so hot, man. Then we get Sami Zayn, Solo Sikoa. Fans had loud Olay chants to start, referring to Sami's days as El Generico, but also the Olay chants are popular in Montreal. That's what they chant for the Canadians. MFT took turns taking shots at Sami during the break. Sami can't even have a good match with Solo Sikoa. That just shows you how bad he is. Solo went for the Samoan spike. Sami ducked under, rolled him up, and won the match. Fans loved it. Sami gets the win. A lot of cheers. He beat Solo Sikoa. No Jacob Fatu tonight, but I guess that's due to his travel restrictions. But he was not on SmackDown tonight. Backstage, we see Alexa Bliss walking in a red hallway, and then Charlotte Flair, her tag team partner and champion with her, walks up to her, and Charlotte tells her that she got a present for her because Alexa's birthday is tomorrow. And I did not know that, so happy birthday to Alexa Bliss. Or Lexi, it's what they call her now, it seems like. But Charlotte says she'll give her a present, not in the hallway, but in front of the people, which was cool. And then we got a segment with them later in the show. They showed us a news break, and I had to mention this on the show of WWE's PLE. They're going to be streamed on Netflix now. And what Netflix is new. I'm sorry, I said Netflix. They're streamed for Netflix. For me, for international viewers, I'm sorry. I meant to say they're going to be streamed with ESPN for U.S. viewers starting in 2026. So I think there's a lot of confusion here. I don't think WWE is going to charge you $30 if you live in the U.S. unless you have, unless you don't have ESPN already, whether it's on cable, satellite, YouTube TV. If you don't have a package that includes ESPN, you're going to have to pay $30. But if you do pay for ESPN, I don't think you have any expenses. I don't think there's any added charges. You just sign up. You have to authenticate the app through your TV provider, and I think you're set. It's kind of like signing up for the old WWE network here. That's how we do it internationally. We'd sign up through our TV providers. That's how it was in Canada, but I'm not sure how it is in the U.S. I think you should be fine. The one thing is, in the U.S., they could make you pay later. But I think for most people, if you have ESPN, you're set. And I think in the U.S. you should be okay because, and I know most of my viewers in the U.S., that's why I'm going talking so much about this. I think if you're in the U.S., you should have ESPN because how else are you getting SmackDown? You need cable in the United States to watch SmackDown. If you don't have it, you're not watching SmackDown. And I would assume most WWE fans who are really into the product, who are going to sign up, are watching SmackDown every week. More people in the United States watch SmackDown than Raw. So I don't think it's going to affect too many people in which they're going to be forced to pay $30 more because you're not watching SmackDown. That tells me you're not really a hardcore fan. You're not watching every week if you're not going to watch SmackDown. So I wanted to mention that. We got a creepy Wyatt 6 video promo with them as tag team champions. It feels like they're an afterthought. It doesn't feel like they're the main focus of the tag division, even though they're the tag champs. So we go backstage. The Street Profits are with BFAB. DIY walk in, and they're with Candice LeRae. She's with, of course, married to Johnny Gargano and his good friend, Tommaso Ciampa. And Aldis walks in, and as Candice represents them, she has a really bad bruise on her leg from the bump she took. Aldis walks in and makes a match between them next week. Don't really care that much. So, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss are out next together as tag team champions. We get a birthday celebration in the ring. We had the black carpet in the ring with balloons tied to each ring post. And then we had a cake, and then we had a wrapped presents, both on display here. The cake reads, and it's a white cake, a vanilla cake with red letters, red frosting, white and red frosting. In red, it says, "Congratulations, Charlotte Flair," and it says Charlotte Flair all in large letters, and then on the side in small letters, and Alexa in small letters. And This is their congratulatory cake. It's not necessarily Alexa's birthday cake. I'm sure she's getting several birthday cakes. I assume her husband thinks very wealthy, so I think she'll have a very nice birthday. But it's more, I guess, their congratulatory cake since winning the tag belts. Is congratulations, Charlotte and Alexa. Charlotte offers her a present, and the first gift is for Alexa, and it's Lily. I don't think this is the Lily doll Charlotte destroyed 4 years ago, but she gives Alexa Bliss a Lily doll. And then Charlotte takes a present out, another present out, and this is, it was gifted, it was wrapped up, it was neatly wrapped up, but she takes out a second doll, and this is called Charlie. A second doll, this is Charlotte's doll, I guess. And I'm thinking to myself, is this the old Lily doll? Because it looks like, I think that looked like the old Lily doll, the one Charlotte tore up like 4 years ago when she was feuding with Alexa. I think that's the one, but, so we have Lily and Charlie. And both the dolls are wearing "We're Not Friends" shirts, so I guess they're going to each have dolls. Charlotte wants in on that cash. She wants in on that money that Alexa Bliss is getting, all that merch money from selling all those dolls over the last few years. So Charlotte wants in on that. And Charlotte then asks Alexa Bliss to hug her. Fans are chanting "Hug it out," I think. And then Chelsea Green interrupts them. She insults the Habs, the hockey team, the Canadians. She insults both Charlotte and Alexa as well. Charlotte then challenges her to a match. Nick Aldis makes the match official. And it's funny how everyone's calling Alexa Bliss Lexi now. That's her real name, Lexi Kaufman. But everyone calls her like Lexi on the show for some reason. Aldis called her Lexi. Charlotte calls her Lexi. That's what people call her as. I think that's her social media handles. But I just found that kind of funny in a way. But I guess we can call her Lexi too. So when we come back from commercial, Carmelo Hayes was knocking on the general manager's office door. Instead, Miz comes out. He tells him to take some time, but what is he going to do? And then Miz tells him he got them a tag match next week on Raw. Then we see Aldis walk in, and I guess the Miz and Aldis never really officially had a meeting. So we get Charlotte Flair and Chelsea Green. So it was kind of weird early in the match. Chelsea Green just kicks out a natural selection like it's nothing. There used to be such a protected finish earlier in Charlotte's career. I mean, the figure eight's the finish she used more often, but I mean, natural selection, Chelsea just kicks at it like it's nothing. So Alba Fyre and Piper Niven, they basically grab the birthday cake and they push it into the ring. Alexa Bliss then takes them both out from with a senton from the apron. Charlotte is then attacked by Chelsea, and Chelsea goes to put Charlotte in a hidden unprettier onto Charlotte onto the cake. Charlotte reverses, then hits her own unprettier onto Chelsea and shunts Chelsea face first into the cake. She then submits her with the figure eight. Chelsea, her whole face was covered in the cake. It's a vanilla cake. They make fun of her. It's classic Chelsea Green promo. That's what she usually does, similar to when she went into that dumpster a few months ago. But Chelsea in the Secret Harvest retreat. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte stand tall, and they celebrate by eating some of the cake. Not the one that Chelsea went face first into, but some of the side of the cake on the corner. So the champions are triumphant tonight. Backstage, Kathy Kelly interviewed Tiffany Stratton, and Jade Cargill walks in early on, really before she can really ask anything meaningful. Jade says next time she faces Tiffy, it'll be different. Tiffy says it'll be the same. Kiana James then walks in with Julia. She tries to recruit Jade Cargill. She gives her her card. Julia says she should take it. They leave. Then Misha walks in, and she takes the card from Jade so she can get a title shot with Julia. So I guess Julia's going to face Misha next. We get an Aleister Black video promo on Damian Priest. We see John Cena walking backstage. R-Truth walks up to him and says, "Welcome back." They embrace, they hug. Truth and Cena are both trying to look at each other like they think they're the same people. It's kind of weird. R-Truth finally got John Cena to turn face again. Cena jokes and says like the heel turn was all truth, which is funny. I mean, he's saying all the things John Cena said he did. He's basically saying R-Truth did them. So I guess it was all a bad fever dream. That's really what this heel turn is. It was just a fever dream. It's a huge mistake, big flop. It sucked. Glad it's over. But this segment was actually very entertaining, seeing Cena and Truth back together. And they've done nothing with Truth, by the way. Since he was shooting at Aleister Black, they've done really nothing with him. We see Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre make their entrances. And then John Cena makes his entrance to a big pop. Then Cody Rhodes comes out. We get our main event, John Cena and Cody Rhodes against Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre. It was already like 9:59 when the match started, so it wasn't going to go very long. 9:49, so you knew, right, this isn't going to go long at all. There was fuck you Logan chants to start off. They really hated Logan Paul in Montreal. Fans want John Cena in a match as the heels got the heat on Cody Rhodes for a while. They're really chanting for Cena. Cody finally makes the hot tag to Cena. Fans go wild. Cena hit an AA onto Logan Paul, but Drew broke up the pin. Cody takes out Drew to the outside. Then Logan Paul hits a low blow onto John Cena, causing a disqualification. So the match didn't go too long, and on top of it, we get a DQ. And they couldn't beat anyone right here. They weren't going to beat John Cena, obviously. They're not going to beat Logan Paul because Cena's probably going to beat Logan Paul at Clash in Paris. So why beat him now already? You can't beat him twice. And then Cena and Drew are going, or Cody and Drew are going for the belt. So you really couldn't beat anyone. They just want to do a big match for Montreal so they can at least set up a match later in the show to get them excited. But disqualifications after Logan hits the low blow. John Cena and Logan Paul then fight up the ramp. They go backstage to brawl, and they're basically taken out. Then it comes down to Cody and Drew. They're fighting at ringside. Drew hits Cody with the title belt, and then Drew stares at the belt. He holds it and stares like he really wants it, and then he hits a Claymore onto Cody Rhodes, and the Claymore drives Cody head first through wood on the bottom of the announce booth. So he crushes Cody's head, puts him through wood after the Claymore, stands over him, and that's how SmackDown ended tonight. I thought the first hour was excellent. I thought the way it started with Cena was great. They were so into it. The show, the fans were amazing. Sammy coming out, it was great. I even enjoyed the Alexa Charlotte angle. Then just after that, it just felt like the show went downhill, and I didn't like how the main event was all set up. I mean, it just felt kind of cheap, almost like just a host show match, how it would be, but I mean, actually, that would they'd put more effort in that than they did this. I don't know. I guess you can't have John Cena wrestle too long. I guess that's too much to ask. But it's the first time we've seen him wrestle on TV in a very long time, it seems like. But that's how the show ended. I thought it was okay, an okay show, and John Cena was clearly the star. Sami Zayn was a close second. They loved him as well, the fans. But, man, John Cena was just so over in Montreal. The fans in Montreal were great, and they said to John Cena what we should all be saying. Thank you, Cena.